Why does all life eventually come to an end? Even Earth, and indeed the entire universe, cannot escape this rule. What kind of force, exactly, governs the fate of all things in the universe? This is the second law of thermodynamics. So what exactly is entropy? As early as 1865, German physicist Clausius first proposed the concept of entropy, used to measure the degree of internal disorder within a system. He believed that the law of conservation of energy is the most important physical law, indicating that various forms of energy, when converting into each other, are always neither created nor destroyed, but there is always an existing reality. That energy cannot achieve 100% conversion, and the part that disappears during conversion is entropy. And what is called entropy increase is that within a closed, isolated system, heat always flows from high temperature to low temperature, from order to disorder, and this process is irreversible. Without external intervention, they will gradually tend towards chaos and disorder. For example, a room will get messy if it's not tidied. Phones will get slower with use. Hot water will slowly turn cold. And even the sun is decaying through burning, etc. The essence behind all these phenomena is the law of entropy increase, meaning that the ineffective energy in the system continuously increases, causing everything to develop towards decay. Since the concept of entropy emerged, the second law of thermodynamics also appeared accordingly. That is, energy conversion always produces entropy. Therefore, the scientific community generally believes that the law of entropy increase is the most terrifying law in physics because it reveals that everything in the world is governed by the law of entropy increase. The evolutionary process of any living or non-living thing can only follow this rule, and no matter how it develops, there is ultimately only one outcome. If Earth is about to be destroyed, how can we use a single piece of paper to preserve the entire essence of human civilization so that other civilizations know we once existed? The answer perhaps lies in these three formulas. 1 + 1 = 2, representing mathematical civilization, Einstein's famous equation E = mc.2, and the sum of negative probabilities multiplied by their natural logarithms, which is the definition of entropy. Einstein once called the law of entropy increase the first law of science, ranking above all other laws. This is because any physical law or theory has room for falsification, and in the future may be replaced by new theories. Only the law of entropy increase remains eternal. Since the universe's birth 13.8 billion years ago, the law of entropy increase has determined that the universe will inevitably meet its demise. As time goes on, the sun will burn out, protons will decay, black holes will evaporate, and all matter will vanish. When the entropy value reaches its maximum, heat death will be the ultimate fate of the entire universe. It can be said that the law of entropy increase reveals the ultimate evolutionary law of the universe, which is that everything always develops in the direction of increasing entropy. If the world could only keep one law, then no matter how you refute it, it would definitely be the law of entropy increase. This also explains why your body ages, your mind declines, and why life ends. Although none of us can stop the march of entropy increase, we can work against entropy to slow down its rate. But the problem is, when we follow entropy increase, everything becomes very easy. Resisting entropy increase, however, makes you suffer more. For example, self-discipline is always harder than laziness. Giving up is always easier than persevering. But if you want to make your body healthier, you can only keep exercising. If you want to take control of your life, you must constantly learn and improve. Although we encounter all sorts of trivial matters daily, if we don't actively face them, the future will only get worse. Our only way is to continuously learn, acquire information, adjust our mindset, and by constantly challenging ourselves, bury the past pains, and embrace a new tomorrow with the greatest energy. Only then can we make our lives better. And this, perhaps, is the meaning of life. Just as the great physicist Schrödinger once said, "Man lives by drawing a stream of negative entropy from the environment. Life maintains itself by feeding on negative entropy."